Greetings everyone. I'm gonna pick for today's daily match the first match out of a best out of 3 from the semifinals of the European CraftCup. It was played last night. I watched this live stream and I really enjoyed this series from the semifinals. And well, basically I enjoy it because it's a face-off between two old BroodWar veterans. None of them Korean, they're both European, but one of them even tried his luck and he went to live in Korea and play there professionally. So I'm gonna present the players to you guys. You have on this side the blue Zerg is Ret. He's a member of Team Liquid now and he's a Dutch player that tried his luck. He even lived in Korea and played there professionally. He's an old BroodWar veteran and a very good Zerg player. He also played Zerg in BroodWar. And he's facing here against the green Protoss MaNa. And MaNa is a member from Team MouseSports. He's a Polish player, very good Protoss player in Europe. And well, he's part of a very strong team, a very strong European professional players team. MouseSports has players on their team like Asuhob, Straylock, Moro, Nama, just to say a few, to name a few. So a very strong team, very impressive team with some of the top European players there, and MaNa is amongst them. He's a very fine Protoss player, and well, I just wanted to see some PvZ because you don't get these matches that often. I've been uploading a lot of TVZ and not much PvZ, so after I watched these matches last night I was really excited to show it to you guys. So there it is, Red going down for the fast hatchery, 14 hatch going down, while MaNa just checked the place, but oh, seems like MaNa is gonna try some kind of cannon rush. He's placing the pylons to lock his opponent inside his base, and for him to place photon cannons there, he's gonna need a forge. There it is, forge incoming there, and what is Red's gonna do about this expo? Red knows what's coming obviously, and cancel this hatchery there on the natural expo. Well, I guess it's an option because he didn't have any way to defend it, that the photon cannons placed around this area will probably poke at it until it gets killed. But now Red going for a second hatchery on his main base. It's a bit curious. I guess it's a way of spending the minerals, but with only one mineral field to exploit, might be hard to just mass produce anything. But hey, he might be able to do it. We'll see what comes out of here. For now, Red getting the spawning pool and the first gas going down. He's completely contained inside this place, and seems like that man, instead of placing his photon cannons here on the back of the pylons, he's going to place them on this low ground here. But if he wants to shoot something up here, he's going to need visibility, and there's his key for the visibility. As long as he keeps a probe alive running around on the top of the base, those photon cannons will be able to shoot. And Red getting ready to answer back. Spine crawlers there, getting ready to poke at those units. There it is, mouzMaNa just placing the photon cannons, starting to poke at the Overlord and the drones, and now finally the probe got killed, so no more visibility. Red knows that and cancelled the third spine crawler, and is gonna poke at these photon cannons with only these two, but seems like that MaNa wants to go up on the base, and he's even committed to kill his own pylon, so he opens the place and sends a second probe up. Here comes the probe. Probe giving visibility once again, and there it is, photon cannons shooting back. But this Overlord has been very well played there, just passing in front and trying to attract the fire so he can save his spine crawlers. Meanwhile, very well played by Red, but he's still walled off here, and I don't see any early solution coming out of here. He needs to consider his options. Changing his spine crawler, positioning him on the top of his ramp. This spine crawler will have range to start poking at these pylons here on the bottom, but there's already a third photon cannon getting placed in the back of the pylons. Slowly this spine crawler will be able to destroy both these pylons. I think they're both in range, so MaNa will have to consider placing a pylon further in the back. No, second cannon going down, but I'm sure he's gonna place something. Yeah, there it is. There's the pylon that will power up these two cannons, and he will be free obviously here, so there will be a possibility to go down the ramp, but he needs plenty of units, or maybe a Baneling bust. I'm not sure exactly what he's going for. Power down cannons, there's still no units to go down and start poking at those cannons there. So Red is contained and feeling the pressure, and is transitioning into a lair, so preparing the second layer of tech. Well, one option here would be to get Mutalisks and just harass your opponent, but Mutalisks out of a single base would take a while to mess up a fair amount of them. Well, another thing I would like to show you guys, it's meanwhile, while Red had two hatcheries here, he was able to escape with one drone outside. So he has this drone hanging here. He might be doing something else later on with it. while he's considering his options to get out of this place. I mean, he's not locked, he's not walled off, because he was able to poke at those pylons, but these two photon cannons will be able to destroy most of the units passing on this bottleneck. So or he messes up a big amount of units, or he finds another option. Just from the top of my head, I could picture myself, for example, getting the Mutalisks would be an option, but probably not the best one. But what about the Nidus network somewhere here on the back or something, or here? Just place it there and rush your opponent, just show him what pressure means, because at the moment it's just contained there, he can't even play his game properly. And meanwhile MaNa has been establishing, slowly recovering his game, because he committed a lot of minerals to make that cannon rush happen. But now he has 2 more gateways, Cybernetics core getting ready as well, and the Forge getting upgrades for his units, so he's slowly reinforcing his army and getting back into his macro game, into his Sim City, because, well, basically his cannon rush didn't have the results that he expected, I'm sure of it. At least the first attempt to place here was an attempt to just poke at any building that would be in range, and at the moment, well, he can't poke at anything, he's just holding Rat in, and wonder what Rat is gonna go for, but it appears to be roaches, while here on MaNa's side he's getting the robotics facility finished. So we're gonna start seeing some Immortals popping out. Immortals, very powerful unit, they handle fairly well against roaches. So let's see, Rat needs probably to be fast enough and do something about this. He's been working out of his creep highway, and here he comes, sending his spine crawlers down. Beautiful force field containing all the roaches, and these 2 spine crawlers were able to just escape those photon cannons, and they're getting placed on the creep downstairs, outside of the base of Rat. This one in the front, I guess, is gonna get killed. Once again, nice force field there containing the roaches, and the roaches don't have range to shoot down these 2 units. 1 spine crawler survived, getting placed there, and now MaNa reinforcing his gate here. Here comes the roaches all the way down. Nice force field once again, splitting the roach group, shooting only those 3 that came down, actually killing 1. But Rat was able to manage escaping with 2 roaches, so this feels like great escape. He's just trying to escape units one by one, sneak them past the gateway that MaNa created here. And MaNa is actually reinforcing his gateway. 4 photon cannons and units backing it up, only with 1 pylon. If Rat is able to reach that pylon, oh, power down on all of this is going to be very effective. He's sending 2 roaches up. What are these 2 roaches going to do here, I wonder? Because, yeah, it's not just not strong enough. He's pulling back with the roaches. Meanwhile, he's preparing another group and using the Overlord to attract the fire from the photon cannons. Here they come, roaches coming down. Nice force field once again, splitting the units, but Rat once again able to escape, this time with 5 more roaches. So he has how many roaches outside? Let's look at it. Yeah, there it is. 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 roaches escaped, and they're just outside waiting for reinforcements. He's going to start planning the revenge, I would say. Rat slowly like squeezing units out of his base, and he needs to fix this. He's getting burrow for his roaches and also tunneling claws, so he's going to get some burrowed roaches passing through these units. Meanwhile, push on the back, roaches approaching from the back, trying to destroy as much as possible, but all of these units defending, and this group of roaches wasn't able to fend it off, while the big bulk of roaches inside Rat's base once again got blocked by a force field on the ramp. Very good use by MaNa of those force fields containing all the units for Rat. And as you can see there on this corner here, Rat using that drone that he had outside to make another expo. It's going to be his first one, actually. He's going to be having 3 hatcheries, but 2 of them are on his main base, and he's preparing his roaches to advance, it seems. Will they be able? They regenerate a lot faster when they're burrowed. So first one getting a lot of fire, got killed. Second one also got killed, but there's a lot of roaches escaping. Nice plan by Rat, able to escape with a lot of roaches. Will he be able to fend off this containment this time? Here he goes, big push, shooting all the sentries that are being placed there, trying to get as load on the sentry count as possible, so that he won't be able to get more force fields on his ramp and he can push out with more units. Meanwhile, there it is, hatchery, the first expo for Rat is already placed, while he has his roaches wandering around here, but he's going back and forth with an observer scouting everything. So what else is gonna plan? Maybe a pincer attack. Maybe he could advance from the back and just produce more roaches. Yeah, that's what Rat is doing. I'm a bit sad and disappointed he didn't win for the Nidus network. Just hop on the Nidus network on his opponent would be interesting. But here he comes, Roaches advancing their positioning, while MaNa is advancing with reinforcements as well. Here comes his reinforcements from there, as you can see, pincer attack by Ret. Nice power down there on those photon cannons, beautiful focus fire, sniping that pylon, and now the forces from MaNa coming from the top of his base. 3 immortals there, a lot of damage coming out of those immortals against the roaches, and Ret doesn't have enough roaches, it seems he's pulling all the way back. Only 4 roaches left against a big group of immortals and stalkers, and GG's out of the match. Keep in mind that MaNa even took his time to place another pylon, so the containment would be up once again. Unfortunately, Ret wasn't able to benefit anything from this hatchery, and his opponent was already working out of 2 bases. Well, too much pressure for Ret. Like I said, this is the first match. Will he be able to fend it off on the second one? Well, stay tuned and take a look at it. I'm gonna upload it later on. See you later, have fun.